Good morning. My name is Aiza Khan, and today I'm giving a brief presentation on my research topic, which I've chosen sex and gender discrimination in employment. In order to address this research topic, I have proposed a research question, which is that to what extent gender discrimination persists in employment practices across different industries and regions, and what are the key factors influencing its occurrence and perpetuation. This research question aims to investigate the prevalence of gender discrimination in employment practices across various regions and industries, and to identify the key factors that contribute to its persistence. It seeks to shed light on the extent of gender discrimination in the workforce and the underlying mechanism that perpetuate gender discrimination all over the world. Overall, investigating the persistence of gender discrimination in employment practices across various industries and regions is very crucial for promoting social justice, economic prosperity, organizational success, policy development, and social progress. It provides insights and recommendations to address gender disparity and create a more inclusive and equitable future for all individuals. In order to proceed with my research study, I would just like to give a brief background of how this gender discrimination exists in various societies and regions. It has been proposed that in the UK, over 8.2 million employees feel that they have been discriminated on the basis of their gender as per SME Loan Survey 2021. And moreover, in Pakistan has been ranked 145th country out of 146 states on the Global Gender Gap Index released by World Economic Forum in 2023 on the in terms of gender parity. So this reflects that the gender discrimination is persisting in our society despite all the legal frameworks. Therefore, there is a dire need to address this issue and propose a research on it. Hence, understanding the persistence of gender discrimination in various contexts is crucial for driving change, and it helps to identify the root causes, highlight the consequences on individuals and societies, and inform the development of strategies and interventions to promote gender equality. By addressing gender discrimination, we can unlock the full potential of individuals and diverse workplaces, foster inclusive and diverse workplaces, enhance organizational performance, and contribute to broader social and economic progress. There are various reasons for which I have chosen this topic, and I would like to pinpoint a few of the reasons that there is still persisting stereotypes which are harming the social prosperity, economic progress, and organizational success of societies. It perpetuates social inequalities, reinforces harmful stereotypes, and limits individual and societal progress. Along with that, it also results in reduced job satisfaction and productivity for affected individuals. It also leads to decreased innovation and competitiveness for organizations. Therefore, studying gender discrimination would raise awareness. It would challenge the biases and drive social change, and it would also contribute to broader societal discussions and movements toward equality and inclusivity. Moreover, by studying gender discrimination in employment practices, we can understand its multifaceted nature, identify the root causes, and develop evidence-based interventions. Such research would play a crucial role in advocating for equal rights, influencing policy decisions, and creating an inclusive workforce that would value and support individuals irrespective of their gender, hiring, and promotions in order to lead to a more equitable and just society. The scope of my study would be that we will be focusing on examining the gender discrimination in employment practices across various regions and industries. This research would aim to investigate the extent of gender discrimination which exists all over the world and identify the key factors which are actually influencing its occurrence and perpetuation. This study will be adopting a comparative approach, analyzing multiple industries and geographical regions to understand the similarities and differences in prevalence and manifestation of gender discrimination. In terms of geographical scope, it will be focusing on three main regions, which is United Kingdom, Asia, and Europe. These regions represent diverse social cultural frameworks, also along with that economic conditions, legal frameworks, social cultural context, and therefore it can significantly impact gender equality and employment practices if we could research on these regions and propose some recommendations on it. By examining gender discrimination across multiple industries and regions, this research will provide a comprehensive and nuanced understanding of this issue in order to tackle it and propose some solutions for it. The research objective would be focusing to examining the extent of gender discrimination in employment practices across various regions. This objective would also encompass assessing the prevalence and magnitude of gender discrimination by understanding how it manifests in various contexts and various regions. The research objective is to identify and analyze the key factors influencing its perpetuation and its occurrence. This objective would aim to delve into the underlying mechanisms, influences, and drivers that contribute on the persistence of gender discrimination. It will shed light on the complex interplay of social, organizational, and cultural factors that contribute in gender discrimination in order to combat them. The research methodology used in this research will be analytical research methodology, which is composed of following components: identification of legal sources, first of all, and then reviewing and analyzing those legal sources, identifying the legal principles and precedents, and then evaluating the existing legal framework, which is actually combating or to some extent influencing gender discrimination in some context, and how it is failing to do so in order to introduce and enact new legal frameworks which can actually combat and promote a socially just society. So lastly, we would just synthesize and interpret the findings in order to just synthesize the findings, draw conclusions, and develop arguments or recommendations regarding legal framework's effectiveness in combating gender discrimination in employment practices completely. And lastly, I would just like to go through the literature review which has been used in my research. I've used some of the key legal instruments related to gender discrimination, for example, Equality Act 2010, Protection from Harassment Act 1997, the Sex Discrimination Act 1975, the Equal Pay Act 1963. Along with that, I've also used some of the other statutory instruments like Universal Declaration on Human Rights, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women 1979, then ILO Discrimination Employment and Incubation Convention 1948. Moreover, it's EHRC Employment Statutory Code of Practice. I've also used few of the precedents and case laws which I have been referred in my slides. For example, Strathclyde Regional Council versus Porcelli, Western Excavation Limited versus Darby, Asaf Salim versus Chairman BOG University of Lahore, and Sharbadin Murbihai Gurjar's case. I've also written and mentioned some of the articles which have been written in my slides. In order to conclude, I would say that gender discrimination in employment practices remains a persistent issue across various industries and regions. And this research indicates that existence of significant disparities, including the gender pay gap, occupational segregation, underrepresentation of women in leadership positions, and biased hiring and promoting practices actually manifest of gender discrimination, and they highlight that there are still challenges faced by individuals in accessing equal opportunities and fair treatment in the workplace. Therefore, addressing gender discrimination in employment practices is very crucial for individuals, organizations, and society as a whole. There needs to be efforts to promote equal opportunities, eliminate biases, establish inclusive positions, inclusive policies, and foster diverse and equitable workforce, which is very essential for not only individual success but also for organizational success and an overall economic prosperity, not only nationally but also internationally. By creating environments that value and support individuals regardless of their gender, organizational can foster innovation, enhance employee well-being, and contribute to a more just and prosperous society, which will be beneficial for not only the individuals but for the whole society. Thank you.